The day has arrived, guys, and it came a day earlier than expected. This is my Eskimo Evo 1 IT ice shelter. One man crossover ice shelter. So, I think I mistakenly called it a shanty in my last video when I said I was expecting it. Technically, I believe a shanty would be like what I fished out of in Minnesota last winter, like an actual like wooden or metal shack that you sled out onto the ice. This is kind of like a tent without a floor, but you have three categories of those. So there's like one that's like a pop-up that you literally just there's the sled that you sit on a seat, and you literally just fold it over you like a convertible car, and you're fishing. Then there's some that are like a tent with no floor, and then there's some that like this one called a crossover, which is kind of like a mix of the two. It pops up easy, but it's got a little more floor space or ice space, as it were. So the climate here in Metro New York area, Westchester County, isn't really it's not usually necessary to use an ice shelter because it doesn't get that cold most of the time. But there have been a few occasions in the last 3 years that I've been ice fishing where it was a little too cold for comfort, so this could be really fun. And I mean, it's just kind of like a cozy thing that maybe I'll just want to bring out every once in a while, if it's not too much of a pain in the ass to set up. So I'm definitely going to speed up a lot of this unboxing and setting up, because I'm sure there'll be some snags. I'm not sure how much assembly is required. But hopefully, if all goes well, in not too much time, we are going to have an ice shelter in my living room. Stay tuned. Alright, there's definitely a lot of assembly required. So I've got my work cut out for me. I don't think I'm even going to speed up the rest of this. You're just going to see it when I'm done, probably after plenty of frustration. But we're going to get this done. We're going to get it done tonight. Okay, guys, we're about halfway done. Just a quick update showing you I've got the seat installed. I've got like two of the support poles in place. We're about halfway, and I'm going to save the rest for tomorrow. We got the whole skin of this, tent-like structure to attach. That has a bunch of poles with it too. And I have to tighten all of the nuts and bolts that I attached. It said to wait till you were done assembling to tighten everything, and it definitely needs to be tightened before I even sit on that chair. But it's coming together. The only things that were missing from this assembly, which was a pretty, decent undertaking. I mean, it wasn't that hard once things started to come together, but there were supposed to be 2 nylon washers, and I couldn't find them. There were like 40 metal washers, and there's supposed to be 2 nylon washers to reduce some friction right here and right here. So I just put some metal ones in. Not ideal, but unless this nylon is really hard and looks just like the metal ones, which, I mean, come on, how are you supposed to know what's what if that's the case? But anyway, so I'll tighten up all these bolts, get the skin on, and tomorrow night I'll show you the final product. Alright, guys, I am sweaty. I've been working hard last night and tonight, but it's finally done and taking up a very big portion of my living room and dining room. This is my Eskimo Evo 1 IT. I'll take you around. Please pardon the mess in my house. So it's called the IT. The IT is for insulated. It has an insulated top and back, so put it the back to the wind. You're all set. Sorry, this is terrible. I'm trying to maneuver around here. Got, you know, windows that you can obviously close. Now it'll stretch out more, so we're gonna go inside in a second. But you know, once you put stakes in it and stuff, there's gonna be even more room inside, and it's gonna take up even more room outside. So I got a light in here just because it would be very dark otherwise. Whoa! Of course, I fall inside it. There's the chair. This was the biggest pain in the ass assembling. Tons of bolts and wrench work. So it's got, you know, the sled. It's attached to the sled. I haven't folded it down yet. We'll see how that process goes. But I think I'll actually keep it up for a little while. But this chair swivels.
Sorry guys, lost the sound for a second here. I think it's time for me to just get a regular GoPro. Anyway, I'm just showing you how you can close up all the windows to make, you know, the whole thing black. And also there's a window in the back.
A little pocket here. Whoa! Again, we'll have stakes in it at some point. You might not be able to tell. Here's the back, you know, you can store stuff in your sled or whatever. But once it's all stretched out, it can fit 2 people. And I chose the one person because I almost always fish alone. But, you know, I like to you know, hope that at some point I'm going to get some people to come fishing with me, especially ice fishing. It seems like a real, like, you know, buddy thing to do. But, so, yeah. My only complaint so far, I mean, the setup was a bitch. Let me, you know, I won't lie there. But now that it's set up, I think, you know, most of that was just the wrench work and tightening all this stuff up. But now that it's, you know, more or less together, I think collapsing it won't be that bad. I'll let you know. But my only complaint is I have noticed a couple holes, and I doubt you're going to be able to see them. Well, no, you definitely won't. But there's a couple tiny little holes. One of them is right there. And then a series of them are right here where the stitching is to this pocket here. So that's kind of annoying, but nothing that can't, you know, quickly be fixed. So, yeah. Hopefully it gets cold enough to necessitate such a thing. And I look forward to fishing inside this little guy. It's very cozy. Also, they advertise, as opposed to the Eskimo Inferno, which is just like the very small, like, pop-up, you know, the car convertible type where you just pull it up over your head and you're fishing, which is very convenient, but that doesn't have a high top. This advertises having a nice high top for those big hook sets. So anyway, this will be a fun new chapter. Hopefully it gets freezing cold sooner rather than later, and you'll see me fishing out of this little guy. Alright, peace. Fish like there's no tomorrow. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.